Hey, what's up, investors? Jason here. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about Li Auto, the Chinese electric vehicle maker. Li Auto, ticker symbol LI. Now, this stock has been flying here recently. This stock has just been on a upwards trajectory, as well as the other Chinese electric vehicle stocks like NIO and XPeng. Li Auto is also one that is doing very well. So in this video, I want to talk about Li Auto, talk about what this company currently is doing, and also throw out a price prediction because I think this is another one that we really should be watching. So as we get to it, if you guys don't mind, please do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash, destroy, annihilate, or gently press that like button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, help spread these videos to more people that might find it interesting, and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're interested in being a Patreon and joining the private Discord, I have one. Link is in the description. Thank you to all the Patreons. Now let's get to this. So looking at the EV stocks on this current day that I'm making this, it's a pretty big red day, but these three in particular, NIO, XPeng, and Li Auto, these are three Chinese EV stocks that I really like, and these are my favorite Chinese EV stocks as well. But Li Auto is the cheaper of the three. And if we look at how this stock came out on the market, it came out on the market late July of 2020, and very quickly going into the end of July, this stock really started taking off. We can see what it did back in November of 2020, and then on into the new year, into 2021, the stock was still doing very well. But just like all these other EV stocks out there, we saw them all start trickling down a lot into February of 2021, which is the same thing that we saw happen with Li Auto. We saw the stock take a pretty big dip. Now, right now, though, Li Auto is on a pretty good bull run. Now, if you guys remember about a month and a half ago, I was talking about how we were going to see EV stocks start correcting, and that's exactly what we saw with all these stocks that I always talk about here on this channel. And Li Auto, for example, we saw it do a correction right around where I said it was going to be doing, and we've seen Li stock go up, pretty much double its price in the last 6 weeks. In the last month and a half, we've seen Li stock double from where it was, where it dropped down at its low. So the stock is making some really good traction, and it isn't all just because of news that has come out about deliveries, because Li was even putting up some good numbers back when the stock was trailing down. It's just that there was a lot of fear within the market during this time, and that was causing some pretty big sell-offs with EVs. But now we're seeing things start changing around here. We're seeing that the correction has happened, and we're seeing people start buying into EVs again. And there's a pretty good opportunity here, in my opinion, to continue to see this trend going up, because we've seen Li even at much higher prices just a little while back ago, just earlier in this year or late last year. So I think that there's still a lot more to come here from Li, and especially where the stock is now is much better. The company, as far as much better now than it was even during these times. So I think that there's a lot more that we're going to be seeing. So let's just go to some news that Li currently has going on. So this is the only vehicle that Li Auto actually has, or Li One. And it's this really nice size SUV, and it has a good amount of screens within it, which is something that helps with their whole luxurious aspect of this vehicle. Very nice interior inside of it, very clean looking, and a good amount of seats within this vehicle. So it's very spacious to drive around the whole family, and keep everybody entertained as well within the vehicle. Now, with just this one vehicle though, Li Auto does pretty well with their deliveries. Now, keep in mind that there is a chip shortage, which is one of the things that's affecting this stock and all the other EV stocks as well. But they're doing pretty good still with that chip shortage when you look at their growth. Now, their Q1 2021 was lower than their Q4 2020 deliveries, but I'm sure that the chip shortage is the main reason for this problem here. But you can see that there is steady growth within this company, and I'm sure as we start seeing the improvements within the semiconductor shortage, that we will start seeing these numbers to be much bigger. Now, this Q1 report came out on May 26th, but obviously the first quarter ended on March 31st. Now, we have a lot of things to expect of what they're going to be doing on this current quarter that they're in, Q2. But just to show you some things that we have to look forward to is that the gross margins for Q1 2021 was 17.3% in the first quarter of 2021 compared with 8% in the first quarter of 2020 and 17.5% in the fourth quarter of 2020. So obviously, as they're making even more vehicles, their price is coming down, which is a really good thing. And those are actually really nice margins, I would have to say. Now, as far as what we can project with their numbers for Q2, we know what the deliveries were in April and May so far. And what we know is that in April, the deliveries were 5,539 Li ones. And for May, they delivered 4,323 Li ones. Now, Li has said that they expect to deliver between 14,500 and 15,500 vehicles for the second quarter. Now, to achieve this target, the company will have to deliver a minimum of 4,638 EVs, which looks realistic. And if we look at where they were at in April, they did really good numbers then. They didn't get as many as they wanted in May, but hopefully here in June that they could have some really good numbers, and we can see that them hit these projections. If they can hit 14,500 vehicles, that would be their new record. They would beat their Q4 2020 record, and we could probably see the stock do really well because of that information. Now, Li is targeting the production of more than 10,000 vehicles a month and plans to scale up deliveries from September. Now, that would be really good if Li is able to start producing 10,000 vehicles a month. That could put them in a different class than a lot of these other Chinese electric vehicle companies, but it would also depend on, do they have the market there to be able to buy their vehicles? And not only that, do they have the funds available to start ramping up productions to those levels? Because obviously that is going to cost them a lot of money. So let's just take a look over at their balance sheet right now. So on Q1 2021, they reported that they actually had a good amount of cash. They had $4.63 billion in cash on hand during that time. And also a really good amount of inventory, $211.1 million in inventory. So as far as their total assets go, really nice. Their assets in Q1 2021 was $5.76 billion. Now, the company has a good amount of liabilities, $1.22 billion, but nowhere near what their assets are. So that's also a really good thing. And as far as debt goes, because they are doing the raises of money through offerings, they're not really acquiring that much debt. They reported that their net at the end of Q1 2021 was $334.4 million. So also really good to see that. So it looks like that they are on the right track. They do have enough money to be able to start ramping up production. And it would be nice to also see them start showing a design for a new model of vehicle that they could be putting out on the market. But right now, everything is just all about the Li One at the moment. Now let's look over what the analysts are saying about Li Auto stock. And the analysts are saying pretty good things. Now, this is out of 16 different analysts over a 12-month price forecast. They're saying that the median is about $37. So Li still does have room to grow to just get to the median. Now, as far as the high, they're projecting that it could go as high as $61.58 and a low of $22.78. So all in all, in my opinion, the price where the stock is right now, $30.10, isn't that bad. I mean, this definitely does, in my opinion, have plenty of room to grow. And I can see that we can see Li's stock going to about $50 a share even by November, by the end of this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like that. So I think that everything as far as Li Auto stock is really good in my opinion. I think that a price prediction of $50 over the next 5-6 months is something that we could easily see, and I wouldn't be surprised that over the next 12 months we could see it getting as high as what the top analyst projections are there. So in my opinion, I think Li has plenty of room to continue growing. I think this company is on the right track, and especially with everything that is going on there in China, with how China is making that shift a lot faster into EVs, I think that Li is one of the companies there that is ahead of the game, and their brand is being recognized for their electric vehicles. So anyways, I'd like to hear what everybody's thoughts of Li Auto is. Do you guys agree with me, disagree with me? Do you think Li is a good stock? Is there anybody out there that is invested in Li? I'd like to know. So with that being said, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. New videos coming out on my channel all the time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video coming very soon.